Hello, I'm Professor Khalid Al-Baqa'in. I'm President of Kuwait College of Science and Technology. I have the pleasure to be the person who will start the first podcast on KCST Podcast system. I have the privilege to have today two distinguished friends, guests, who will be with me on this podcast as they are visiting Kuwait as part of the organizing scientific committee of the 7th Cybersecurity Education and Research Conference. So today I would like to speak with my guests about their experience and about this conference, about KCST, and about the theme of cybersecurity, which is the core of our discussion today. So thank you, Professor Omar. You are always welcome. You have been here in Kuwait many times, I know. You were born in Kuwait, I think, or raised in Kuwait. So please tell me about your experiences with this conference, with Kuwait, and with how do you see cybersecurity evolving on that basis.
So thank you, Professor Khalid. It's been wonderful to work with you over the many years that we've been engaging. And I think it's wonderful to see the turnout this year. It's been a very large number of people who've turned out this year compared to previous years, and also the engagement with the blockchain conference. It's always good to have international engagement of that kind. So I think cybersecurity is an international game. What affects one country cannot be restricted to the boundaries or the borders of that country. So it's wonderful to see an international focus that you have managed to develop here, where we've brought in some of the leading cybersecurity people from the UK across the national centers, the academic centers of excellence over the last many years, even during COVID, right? And
yes.
it's
It's amazing, and thank you for supporting this and being with us for the time. Professor Raj, we know how active you were during 25 years in cybersecurity, leading many projects. How do you see a conference like this as a part of evolving similar ecosystem like the one you created in the UK?
Yeah, I think, first of all, thank you, Professor Khalid, for inviting me. And as you know, we have been together from the inception of this conference. I think I really admire the energy and the enthusiasm you have and the vision you provide in the KCST and the cyber in the Kuwait. And I would love to see you being part of the next 10 years for the new Kuwait that we are going to build as part of the digital transformation in the age of AI, quantum, and beyond. And I think it's very good to see from the last 5-6 years the mix of people who have come in from practitioners and talking through panels how the whole ecosystem is evolving with trying to align with the industrial needs, the regulatory requirements, and you continuously put a lot of energy in terms of bringing the policymakers, academia, and industry, which is always a big challenge in terms of in the cyberspace, because there are a lot of red tapes around in terms of what government professionals can say. And then I think in terms of then I've seen over the years that you have put your effort into cyber in Kuwait. You have really pushed the agenda well and above to really show the rest of the community. You brought a community, you brought a family together, I would say, in Kuwait, who are organically growing. And it's having some conversation during lunch with some of the other colleagues. People just come because they think you are a doer and you are delivering something that you promised to Kuwait. And I love to see and wish you the next 10 years, 20 years, to really be part of this digital transformation in the new Kuwait and really play your role as an educational as well as a visionary to really make the change.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think success can only be achieved with partners, with support, people who support the vision. And I have been blessed with a network of distinguished people all around the world who work and always inject this kind of hope and energy in the region. And you said it's about a vision. And we are about to grow in KCST to new domain. And I want to take your advice to us and to our students about the future. So hopefully soon, in partnership with City University of London, and hopefully regarding master degrees, also with Cardiff University. Very proud of this kind of connection and partnership. Where to go? What do you think the best way to proceed?
So I guess, if I look around the universities globally, multidisciplinarity seems to be a common theme across many universities. Because, when we look at grand challenge problems, it's not one discipline that can solve it. So putting together a course that combines, say, business with computer science, or a course that puts together, say, data science and environmental sciences. So those are the degrees which could really offer us, people who come in from those two disciplines and are really able to address these, real world challenges. And I guess that in terms of skill sets, I think that you'd need both the people who are skilled experts in one area, but you also need them to be able to understand how their skills can be applied to more general problems that people face on a day-to-day basis. And I think that engagement with understanding how the user community and the expert community can work together and have a multidisciplinary focus, I think seems to be a common theme everywhere.
Amazing. Professor Raji, no one can advise better when we're speaking about fintech, about integrating technology to business. So from your experience, our business school, future business school, where should it focus and how should it be?
Yeah, I think as Professor Amarana mentioned that I worked 25 years in multidisciplinary research and not many people appreciate it, but it took 20 plus years for people to say that is kind of the way the research should be done and that's the way the education should be done. So if you look at, for example, our fintech course, we have regulatory affairs, we have human behaviors, your psychology, then you got the tech part of it. So I think where I see the value add in terms of new innovative thinking for new programs in the masters and even at the undergraduate level, we recently started piloting co-creating undergraduate degrees where students do collaborative projects and then students do kind of placement in different countries. So for example, Kuwaiti students do placement in London, London students come to Kuwait and do. And this kind of cross-cultural experience is something, the world is changing and I say to my own kids, just travel around the world when you're young and get a different perspective in terms of how the world operates today. It's not like when we were students, we were just in one jacket, finish your PhD, go and work for IBM or Microsoft, you are the star. Those days are changing. In the decentralized world that you see a lot of innovation that's happening, the world is going through a lot of transformation. And some of the countries like China, Africa, GCC countries are going really aggressive in terms of digital transformations. And I think this kind of exposure, cross-cultural, exchanging students, having these multidisciplinary degrees with bringing different expertise, industrial mix and industrial lectures as part of this curriculum and co-creating with industry is something I see is something we should do more rather than actually doing very academic, thematic degrees. Like one of the questions I get asked when I time to time do some international recruitment is like, why would I pay £25,000 when I can do an MIT degree online now, So I agree with you. So you need to show the value in terms of what you deliver that the students see as a real benefit to practice, that they want to see, can I get a job?
Yes.
I'm happy to pay the £25,000, but can I? To get the job, you need to go some real hands-on experience. To get the hands-on experience, unless they really work in companies as part of the collaborative. So if you take my MSc FinTech at City St. George's, University of London, every student gets to work with a company. So last year, my team works with Barclays Capital, they work with Lloyds Banking Group. They built the next generation digital asset investment platform. And Lloyds Bank was well impressed. We presented to the board. And I was very proud as an academic to sit in front of CTOs and chief operating officer and my students, and they came, Raj, we don't need to go to a recruitment agent. You are producing amazing graduates. They are just fit for purpose what we have. And I think that's the kind of thing we need to do in new areas like quantum cryptography, fintech, human behaviors, HCI is taking off suddenly, like creative AI, these kind of new innovative areas, kind of bringing this soft science together with hard science, creating this multiple. I think that's the way forward. The traditional degrees, I think, are going to change SSC going forward. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I know that they told us a limited time because it's the first podcast. Thank you. I would like to finish this by saying that no one can do it alone. And we are very blessed to have distinguished people who we can give us advice like this. So thank you both very much for your presence, for your support to the conference, to KCST, and to me personally. So thank you very much.